Hi guys, Ronnie here and welcome to the workshop. Today I'm going to talk about maintenance because some of you guys have been asking in the comments down below that how and why do I keep my bike so meticulously clean. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. Now first, having a clean bike is the first step to having a long-lasting and high-performing bike, and it applies even more when you're running some quite high-end kit. Then for first it will look quite stupid if you didn't take care of it, because then what's the point of a high-end bike? And secondly, for the safety and performance longevity of your components, it's incredibly important to keep them clean and well maintained. So the first thing I do, and it probably is quite surprising to some, but the best thing you can do to keep your bike clean is to wax your chain, because this bike hasn't been cleaned for the last 300 kilometers of use, and basically this is how dirty your drivetrain is going to get when you're using molten speed wax. Now if you just look at the cassette sprockets, completely clean, no grime whatsoever. If I wipe my finger over it, over the chain, it's just a tiny residue over there. Same for the chain rings. So I think most of the contamination that comes on the bikes is generated basically in the drivetrain area when using some oily lubricants, and even squirt lube isn't all that clean, but still much better than the oils. So what should you do when you want to keep your bike as clean as this? Now I'll give you a short montage on how do I wash my bike first, and all bikes in fact. First we are going to need a stable stand, then some washing fluid, some brushes and some sponges. So I'll show you what I use. Yeah, a high pressure hose. This is made by Kerche. Really good stuff. Not quite effective as a high pressure washer, but good enough for most applications. Then I like to use Squirt's biodegradable bike cleaner. Then a couple of brushes like these, and maybe a sponge. I don't have it here now, but it's also quite helpful. A bucket, so you can also spray some cleaner in there to make it more effective. So first you spray this over your bike, let it work for a couple of minutes, and you hose it off, and then give it a thorough clean with the brushes and sponges. Afterwards I really like to take care of my drivetrain. Well, I don't really have to do all that much cleaning, but today I had a bike that had a really dirty drivetrain. And what do I do with those is, for first I put the chain in a bottle with some degreaser on it, give it a good shake, let it standing still. Then also I clean the cassette and the chain rings, cranks. Yes, so I basically strip the bike down. The cassette is already cleaned in the ultrasonic cleaner, and the cranks as well. These are just regularly cleaned with paper towels, degreaser and some rags. So you don't really need all kinds of fancy stuff to do that. Regular brake cleaner does a very good job. And basically I just clean everything I can to make it showroom fresh almost. So for the very dirty parts, that's what I clean first. That's a good rule of thumb. Clean was the most dirty on the bike, so usually that's the chain. I use the degreaser with in the bottles for that, and for the cassette and chain rings, cranks, I use this parts cleaner. Now the fluid in this one is quite stale now, so I have to change it. But when they are cleaned here, then I put them in the ultrasonic to make them super clean. Well, that gives them the finished super clean look. Yeah, so this is my ultrasonic cleaner, some chains in there now, which I'm going to wax. So this is the drivetrain taken care of. Then if you go further, my bikes, and also this bike, does have a ceramic speed pulley wheel system. Now these are just regular pulleys, and if you use some oil or squirt lube, then quite a bit of grime also sets on these. So I also took a bit of a rag and try to clean everything I can access, then take the pulley wheels out. I have also cleaned them in the ultrasonic cleaner, took the bearing seals out, wiped those, everything, basically just wipe everything clean, and then you're ready to go. Regrease them, put them back together. That's what I've done. For bottom brackets, most of them are serviceable, so I take off the cranks. Usually this area of the bike and the frame is also quite dirty, same for the front derailleur. So again, a bit of degreaser and a rag, paper towel, anything. Now this is not really perfect just yet, so I have to finish it. But you have a really good opportunity when you take off the crank to service the BV and clean off this area. I hate when this part of the frame is accumulated with dirt. Then I also took the BB spacers out, put the seals out, cleaned the bearing out with degreaser again, fresh grease in there, put the seals back on. And yeah, this is the part when I start assembling the bike and give it basically a finishing job. Now the cranks go back in, a bit of Morgan Blue, Aqua Proof base, on there to keep the dirt out. That's really important. A product that I really like. I use it for a ton of applications. Then I'll be putting on a fresh chain. On these integrated bikes, when they have a wedge operated brake system, I also take this one apart, take the cover off to clean it, and relube the cams and the wedges that pull the brakes, because you can have as smooth cables as you want, but if your wedges are corroded, then the brakes are not going to work very well. Cleaning a bike this thoroughly also gives you a very good opportunity to check every component for failure and wear, and it's just very hard to miss if you take it into this detail, and that's why pro teams do it as well, to keep mechanicals at bay. Another good thing is to refresh the brake pads. I'm going to change these because the cork ones don't really work with the NSW wheels. But if you have brake pads that have grooves in them, then clean those out with a pick so they're fresh and they don't put dirt against your rim, and wear it off. And yeah, this is basically how far I've got. So let's just go through some other steps now. Okay, so here's our finished product. Very shiny Trekmadone. I also put some new bar tape on to match, and polish the frame with a soft cloth and some finishing wax that I can show you right here. So this is what I use on the frame. It's good because makes it nice and shiny for the first part, and then it also protects the lack from UV, and also covers up some micro scratches, is also good, and the dirt sticks to it less. So you can see in this angle how shiny the bike becomes. Really nice, like new one. Then the drivetrain itself, these cranks were a bit dull, so I took some polish into it. You can see, I can see it myself on the crank arm, so that's a good sign. Everything I try to get as clean as possible. The cassette there, the jockey wheels, everything is basically pretty much like new, apart from this tiny scratch here. I can't cover up that. Then I took the wheels themselves and did the same thing on the rims. They also have a quite nice shine on them right now. Not as shiny as the MVs, but still they look very good, and this way you can ensure that the bike will last very long, and obviously if you have less dirt on it, less contamination. Maybe one final thing I will do is a complete bolt check to check every bolt is tightened according to spec, and then I'll charge the Di2 battery and the bike will be good to go in the bike box. I'll pack it up nicely and it will take part in the Ride London Gran Fondo. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little tour of my workshop and my maintenance routines. I hope it will inspire you to keep your bike at least half as clean as this, and fresh and long lasting as well. If you like to see more content about my bikes and how I set them up, then don't forget to tune into my channel and subscribe. It's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.